Happy holidays and welcome to Shop Central Kentucky here in beautiful downtown Bardstown. And you know, what a difference a year makes in this facility. We're here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. It's just been open now a little over a year, and I'm with one of the owners, Dee Dee Ford Keene, and her husband Howard are the owners of this wonderful place. And we were here last year, and it was an amazing place to be last year with all the Christmas gifts. But you all are chock full this year. How has the year gone for you all?
It's went very well. We've been very happy to show everybody what we're all about and what we have to offer here in Bardstown. Of course, our theme is celebrating all things bourbon, and we do have all things bourbon here. I'd say we have a little bit of everything and more.
Well, and they've been very fortunate too, because they have been featured on several travel writer blogs, a lot of videos, a lot of online publicity they've gotten this year. So it's been a very, very busy year for the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. So we're talking about shopping Central Kentucky and what we can get for your shopping stocking stuffers or for those gifts under the tree. And while most people think Christmas is for the gifts, for me, I personally think it's about food and all the food that goes along with Christmas, which is what's so special for weeks and weeks out. And if you need to do something, you've got to stop by this place, because you have shelf after shelf after table of all these wonderful items. So let's start. You kind of tell me your favorites and what are some of the popular things that we can get here for the holiday season.
Okay. Well, first of all, especially for your friends and family that you can't think of specifically what to get them, so you're wanting to try to maybe put a gift basket together. Under our tree here, you can see every imaginable gift basket we can put together. Some of them have the bourbon in there. Some of them have breakfast baskets. Some of them are just food baskets. Some trinkets and all too. But candies, we can put anything together in a basket that your person would like. And we have beautiful baskets also. One of the most popular ones is a top hat, and that's around here somewhere. But along the food line, some of our most popular, it's not necessarily bourbon, but we have cheese straws. And if you've never had a cheese straw, it's kind of a, I like to refer to it as kind of a cheese cookie.
Cookie, it is.
Yeah, and it's perfect to have with your bourbon cocktail at night and all. We also have coffees, our bourbon coffees. We have Jim Beam and Maker's Mark. But something unique this year we have also is our bourbon black tea. And we have it both loose leaf and also in the little sachets. And it is a really nice tea. And people are concerned sometimes about, does the coffee or the tea have an overly bourbon flavor? And it doesn't. It does. It's both. All of them are very nice products. New this year also is we're carrying Penn's Country Ham, and we have it in two different packages. We have, of course, here Gethsemane's chocolate bourbon fudge and also mint julep fudge. We have all the different bourbon balls, Maker's Mark, Jim Beam, Evan Williams, Buffalo Trace, Woodford Reserve, bourbon caramels. We have, back by popular demand this year, our Belgian truffles. Delicious. They are very, very affordable to give as a gift or keep at the house for yourself. They go well with bourbon, but they also equally go well with red wine. A nice treat. We also have our Kentucky Woods Bourbon Barrel Cake. I shipped this to several people last year for gifts for family that live out of town, and everyone really loved it. It makes a great corporate gift to give to your clients, or just have around the house for your guests. We also have Bourbon Barrel Foods spices and sugars, and we have those in gift sets. We have our always popular Kentucky Bourbon Trail Mixers, which has a sampling of several different bourbons along the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We have our Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace Bourbon Praline Pecans, and definitely something you don't want to miss this year, it's new, is our Bourbon Chocolate Dipped Twinkie, and it is delicious.
Now you've got baskets up here, so you will pretty much do any price point on baskets. And not only will you have these items, you've got this wonderful display of bourbons behind you that you add as a creme de la creme of the baskets, I would assume.
Exactly.
So price points, you can go from what to what, Dee Dee?
Oh, you could probably go on a gift basket anywhere from, I mean, 25 all the way up to $500 if you wanted to. But definitely, I mean, we have several baskets here, $50, $60, $100. It just depends on what you're wanting to put in there and how elaborate, how large.
Right. Well, they're great gifts, especially if you have family, knowing that you live in Bourbon country right here in central Kentucky. Certainly, they would love to get something from the area.
Definitely.
With some local bourbons in it.
We can ship anything other than bourbon. The actual bourbon. But the bourbon foods, bourbon candies, we can ship those.
But you'll make the basket up and people can come pick them up right here?
Be happy to.
So all sorts of goodies right here to go under the tree as gifts for people. Great corporate clients, great ideas for friends and family, and these tables just get bigger and bigger.
They do. I'm running out of space.
Well, let's go take a look at some other areas.
Okay, great.
Now we're at kind of a fun area, the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, because there's some specialty items out there that you just can't find anywhere around central Kentucky. You're going to find them right here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, and you know, with the influx of the love of bourbon now comes the love of bourbon furniture. What can you do with a bourbon barrel? And you know, bourbon barrels are becoming obsolete. You're not finding as many of them anymore because they're needing them so often. So they are really popular, and let's talk about what you've got here as far as some of these and then some of the other specialty items.
Okay. Well, first of all, this is probably one of our most favorite, most popular items is the bourbon barrel display case. And I have an artist, Kentucky artist, that takes an actual bourbon barrel from the distillery, and he keeps it intact, other than he does cut out the front of it and puts two glass shelves in and lighting, and also puts it on a wrought iron display stand. And it's just very, very popular. People love it. We've sold so many of them that have gone all the way up to I think Missouri and Arkansas and all. And he does a really good job. We also have bourbon barrel heads, and we can also have those personalized. We have several that we do military, and for Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, and so we do those. I have another artist out of Louisville that he has come up with a process where you actually chrome your bourbon bottles. Now, this is for display only. It's decorative. It's you wouldn't want to use it as a decanter.
You want to put bourbon back into it.
Exactly. You wouldn't want to do that. But they are beautiful to have on the bar or in an office as a interesting conversation piece. I also have an artist who actually knows how to bind books
This is
old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
You have one there, and you can see how he has it here at the inn, old-fashioned way. He has bourbon labels on them, and it would be a neat way that if you want to keep track of your bourbon tastings, your wine tastings, or your bourbon trail experiences, you could also, we were talking about, share your labels.
Put your labels on here.
Right,
you can
from
actually,
your favorite
like
bourbons.
they put the label on the front, you can put the label on the inside.
Exactly.
That is unique. You
That
don't
is
see
really-
you don't see much of that. Now let's talk about this is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Let's talk about this guy.
Okay. This is a recycled bourbon bottle that has been melted down, and it's hollowed, like a bowl-like here in the middle, and you can use it several different ways. First of all, you can use it as a spoon rest in your kitchen or on your bar when you're mixing your drinks. It's deep enough that you could also use it on your bar to have peanuts or like you said, goldfish
in there,
pretzels and all. But then you could also use it for your dips on when you have chips and dip or salsa and all, because it is deep enough for that. And of course, we sell those products here as well.
Right.
So this would make a great gift to team up with our bourbon salsa or any of our mixes for dips.
That'd be a nice gift basket item. Start with that and then
Absolutely.
add everything else in the basket in addition to
Absolutely.
it. Let's talk about this jewelry.
Then we
Dee.
also have a local artist here in Bardstown that does make bourbon jewelry. This piece specifically is 4 roses, and she has some rose jewelry and all, and it's just a very, very pretty piece, and she has several of those on display. And finally, we have different things that artists do with barrel staves. We have a stool, we have candle holders, or your tasting glass holders. I mean, it's amazing what they come up with to
put on
with
those,
a bourbon
yes.
barrel.
Right.
And we even have a chair made out of, the seat is made out of neckties.
Neckties.
And that is definitely unusual here in Kentucky.
Well, like I said, all these are very unusual items, very specific for that bourbon connoisseur, but also the number of books that you have here as well too. You know, people love bourbon. They love to collect bourbon books or cocktail books to learn how to do a new drink or
dessert
something.
books.
You've got them all here.
Everything.
Right.
Entertaining and
So there you have it. This is this area of Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, but it doesn't stop there. We're going to go into the retail section and talk about some of the fancy items that you can give as Christmas gifts to someone who loves bourbon items. Well, when you come into the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, I think probably this room is one of the favorite rooms a lot of people, because there's something in here for everyone in your family. And you know, when you come in here, this is for females and this is for males, and you've got it all in here, Dee Dee. So tell us some of the things and probably some of the most popular items that people are grabbing for Christmas.
Well, obviously we have our bourbon t-shirts. We have just recently became the exclusive carrier here in Bardstown of the Bourbon 30 shirts, and we have both for men and women. We have our Kentucky Bourbon Trail caps, and also our bourbon distilleries represented. We have bourbon candles. We have every imaginable flask, funny, serious, sports related. One of the most popular ones has been our golf flask. We have a lot of gift glassware. We have, but for the ladies, we have scarves, jewelry. We have actually a bourbon purse. Let's
talk about some of your fine things too.
Okay, great.
I think these are great wedding gifts.
Exactly.
You know, I think they're good for pretty much all occasions, and they're just so classy and so beautiful.
Right. These are our decanters. We have, you know, several different glass. We have one that we can personalize from the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We have, and people forget that we do have a bridal registry here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, where we can also have monogrammed glassware. Wine glasses and all, and it's a very reasonable price. We have artisan decanters. This specific one is from the Meadows Pottery, and it's beautiful. It's a decanter with the 2 glasses there. And
of course, the Meadows is here in Bardstown.
Right,
so
right.
It's a great Central Kentucky
Matthew
artist
Gaddy.
here, Matthew Gaddy.
Right. So we have bourbon cigars that we carry, Maker's Mark, Barton's, and Blanton's, and also Buffalo Trace. And then, of course, we have all kinds of Christmas ornaments.
And you know, when you come in here, the good thing about if you're getting a gift for somebody in here, you have these great bags. You can put them in. If you don't want to do an entire gift bag, you've got stocking bags in the back. You had all sorts of bags. You can just fill a bag with stuff, put stuff in it, and take it across the street to give it to whoever you want. So by the time it leaves here, it will be ready to actually give to the guy or the girl who's getting the gift.
That's right. And we also have some silver pieces, mint julep cups, picture frames and jewelry, and also some equestrian silver napkin rings.
So I guess to sum it up, everything bourbon related that you would want to have, and things that you don't even know there exist out there. That's what I find when I come in here. You've got to come in here and see, because this is a place to come for your Christmas shopping. However, we're going to go to the best part of the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace next. Well, like I said, this is my favorite part of the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, and I'm feeling really comfortable behind this bar, Dee Dee.
Okay.
This is the bar area of the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. I mean, some people come in here for gifts, some people come in here to have a drink, some people do both.
Right.
And it's just a perfect place to come in the afternoon. And tell us very quickly about the addition of the new patio, which everyone loves.
We did. Last January, we were closed that month, and because we had so many projects we wanted to do on the building, and one of them was building our patio. And it's just right off of the bar, and it's just a really nice place to go and have with your friends, and just a nice quiet place to sip on your drink and visit with one another. And occasionally we have music out there too.
Well, the atmosphere out there is really neat. You've got the white lights going over. You've got some beautiful furniture out there. And it's just a cozy, unique place that, you don't get that at a whole lot of bars.
Exactly.
And I think that's why people like it so much. So anyway, this is a fun part of the show always. And you're going to show some of the products that you have here. And then we're going to make a fun Christmas drink.
That's right. We are a bar, but first and foremost, we're a bourbon tasting room where a lot of our tours come to taste the different bourbons that I have behind me here. When you go to the distilleries, you have the opportunity that you can taste their brands, but when you come here, you can go across all lines and try different ones and compare what makes one different from the other brand. One of our most favorite items here, especially this time of year, and actually year-round we sell, is the bourbon cream. And it's similar to Bailey's, but it's much better. And it's very tasty. You can drink it on the rocks. You can drink it in coffee. I've had people even put it on ice cream and all too. So
people have gotten very creative with the bourbon cream.
Exactly, and it's just a delicious drink. And if you'd like to sample,
I would love to sample, because this is a delight at Christmas time, or really any time.
Anytime.
That is really good. And if you're not, and we have to say this too, if you're not a bourbon drinker, if you don't like, these things are still so tasty. It's not an overwhelming bourbon taste, but it's just a good, sweet cream taste.
Exactly. And we also have, I know this is a Buffalo Trace product, and at their distillery, they team it up with a premium root beer.
Oh,
and it's really interesting, and it does taste like a chocolate malt. So.
And you've got the cream. Heaven Hill has the eggnog.
Right.
You all have got that back there too. So a lot of holiday types of drinks that you can get here as well too. But we're going to do something fun.
We're going to do something fun, and this is a little drink we put together last year and became known for.
Here so we can
Thank
see
you.
it.
And this is called our Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace Christmas Kiss. And we start out with peppermint bark vodka and our chocolate crave truffle liqueur.
Well, you're not going to go wrong.
You're not going to go either
together.
way, yes. And so what we do here is we put a little vodka, peppermint vodka, and oh, it smells so good.
Now, is peppermint vodka, is it available all year round, or are you going to find it this time of year?
Mainly this time
This time of year.
Yes.
So stock up on it.
Yeah.
If you really like it, you want to do this year round, stock up on it.
And then we'll do our liqueur. And this is fun if you're having the girlfriends over for girls' night out, to prepare something, and actually even put maybe a little peppermint stick in there would be fun. And it's not a heavy drink either. And then you can just put it over ice, and I'll have a sip of the Christmas Kiss.
Thank you. I think we did this last year,
We
and
did.
I ended up buying some and making it, acting like it was my own recipe that I came up with. That is
It's pretty tasty, isn't it?
That's like dangerous. This is very dangerous. It's delicious and dangerous all at the same time. Here, I'm going to share.
Thank you.
I mean,
And it's a light drink.
It's a
It's
light
not a
drink.
heavy. And you just get that whiff of the peppermint,
peppermint.
and the liqueur.
It smells
chocolate.
like Christmas. You know,
It
there's
does.
certain smells that remind you of things, and when you smell that, it reminds me, takes me back to Christmases way back. Not that I was
Exactly.
drinking way back ago, but the smell of it reminds you just of Christmas time.
Right.
Oh, I love that drink. So is this a drink that you all came up with on your
We
own?
did.
Yeah.
Yes. We were experimenting some last Christmas, and we just started thinking, well, what's better than chocolate?
Right.
Chocolate truffle, and what's better than peppermint
Peppermint
bark?
bark,
And then
yeah.
it's like,
Put them together.
put them together.
So, can you get this drink here? You
You
asked
can.
for it by name.
Yeah,
you
the
would ask
Christmas
for
Kiss.
Christmas Kiss. Okay, so that's a Christmas drink, but if you like to have something else a little bit different, as you can see, all the bottles they have behind them now. Are every one of these for sale as well too, back in the bourbon area?
We do have some special, a special selection here that has been very hard. It's hard to find.
Right.
And those you may not. We get lucky every so often and have them in the store, but for the most part, everything else you can find in our store.
So let's talk about the hours.
Probably 85% you can also
right
find
here.
in our liquor store.
What are some of the things people are asking for right now? I mean,
Oh,
what are
well,
some-
everybody wants Pappy.
Pappy, yeah.
Pappy
Everybody
Van
wants-
Winkle.
yeah.
But that's very hard to
Right.
come by. You may find it more in restaurants and bars than you do, in the liquor stores, because it's easier to get a couple bottles here and there than for the liquor stores. People are asking for that. Elmer T. Lee. Everyone, Elmer T. Lee was the master distiller at Buffalo Trace and just recently passed away. We also lost Lincoln Henderson with Angel's Envy, who was a master distiller, and so people like to try that. We're seeing a lot of people try the Mickers.
We did a taste.
Yes,
Dee Dee and
we
I
were
went
at a-
to a Bourbon Women event together, and they had a tasting of those, and it was real interesting, the different tastes that you get. And when you come here to the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, like Dee Dee was saying, you can do tastings as well too, and they will explain. They've got people that are educated about the bourbon, about the tastings, how you do it, how you drink the bourbon, what it mixed with, a little bit of the history of bourbon too. And that's what's fun about this place. It's not one individual bourbon, it's all bourbon, country bourbon here.
Right.
And you can have a little bit of everything here.
We do.
And that's what makes it so fun
Right.
here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace. Dee Dee, thank you for allowing us to come in.
Thank you for coming.
And tour your facility. We hope that you will join us here at the Kentucky Bourbon Marketplace, not just during the holiday season, but any time during the week as well too. Let's go over your hours real quick.
Okay. Well, right now the gift store is open every day from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. On Sundays, we are open in the gift store from 11 to 3. The bar over here, the tasting room, is open on Thursdays till 9 p.m. Opens at 5. And then on Fridays from 5 till midnight. And then on Saturdays, we're open from 11 till midnight.
And you're located
At 110 West Flagey, Bardstown, Kentucky.
right in downtown Bardstown, the most beautiful small town in
America.
So with that, let's do a toast before we leave. Cheers,
Cheers.
to a happy holiday
Holidays.
and happy holiday to everyone in Central Kentucky.